Another 2 minutes to go. I expect you to have a paper and a pen with you to write down any questions you have, any doubts you have. So we'll clarify all of them at the end of the session. I mean, about 20 minutes before the end of the session, we'll try to make a doubt. I mean, all the doubts will be clarified and all that. So I hope you are ready with a paper and a pencil or a pen to jot down the main points about geography as an optional. Among many optionals, why geography is the most favorite optional, and why it is scoring as well. So I would tell you all the details about it, because my optional was geography. I got 332 marks in my attempt, and I expect my students to get 350. So the name of this batch would be Target 350. So any questions, you can please write them down. Right. So we have, how many are expected, Mr. Saha? We have 1 more minute to go. Let's see who are all the 17 people here. Yeah.
Hello, sir. We are expecting around 40 to 50 people here in Google Meet, and at the same time in the Facebook and YouTube also you are live there. So many of them will be joining there itself.
Okay, right.
Yes, yes.
But nevertheless, we'll start on time. 11
yes, sir. Sure, sir.
We'll start. Others, let them join as they want it. No issues about it. उनको जब चाहिए वो आए आ सकते हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं उसमें, लेकिन हम तो 11 बजे शुरुआत करके ही रहेंगे.
Sure, sir.
Bad habits die hard, and being an Indian, I can't afford to be that, coming on time kind of thing, but I always come on time. I always start my class on time. 11 a.m. now. Welcome to the session.
Very warm welcome to you, sir, for this session, and you have spared your valuable time for this session. Definitely, this session is going to be very fruitful for those who have taken optional and who are thinking of taking the optional, and also the geography optional, which is very much popular from, we can say, from the history of UPSC examination. This geography optional is very much famous, and because of its known reason, and also some of the science students love this subject very much because of its logical nature. So definitely you will be throwing light on this geography optional, and also the confusion behind how to choose optional and why to choose this optional. All the confusion will be definitely clearing here. So this stage is all yours, sir. You can utilize this thing. Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you, sir. My name is J. Prakash. Many of you are aware of it, or not, doesn't matter. My name is, as I told you, J. Prakash. I'm a former bureaucrat. I'm an IRS officer, Indian Revenue Service. I retired as, they're blocking my view, right? So I retired as an additional commissioner of income tax from Intelligence Division. Before that, I was with DRI, ED, and I was at the Ministry of Finance as Assistant Secretary and CSO. My ambition to be a civil servant started in the year 93. I was graduated in 99. And from there, I started working as a medical representative. Then I became a district manager of the pharmaceutical company. To be honest, I was content with what I had. Money-wise, okay, position, job, security, or all that we can call. The social identity was with me, no problem. What are you doing? I said, I'm Jay Prakash. I'm working for Wokhart Limited as a district manager. Fine. That was good enough for me. And why am I telling you is how civil servants are different from other professionals. One in the morning, I was to go to work. So I was shaving. I was applying that cream on my face and getting ready with the shave. Then I said, what am I doing is same thing. For a long time, I have been doing the same thing again and again, every day the same thing. What is the ultimate purpose of my job? I said, maximum, when I was talking to myself, what I was doing is, I was making a billionaire, a multi-billionaire. शायद एक करोड़पति को मैं अरबपति बना रहा हूँ, बस उसके ज्यादा कुछ नहीं. Maybe billionaire or multi-billionaire, something like this. With all my talent, hard work, smart work, what all we call, effort, सुबह से शाम तक काम किया, तो I will make more profits my organization. But the ultimate answer which I could not satisfy myself with is that how is my career, how is my life going to make a difference for the most common person on the street? सबसे गरीब जो इंसान है उसके लिए क्या कर रहा हूं मैं, क्या कुछ कर सकता हूं, करने लायक हूं? हाँ, ज्यादा कमाऊंगा तो खर्च करूंगा तो जीएसटी भरूंगा या टैक्स भरूंगा, और ज्यादा कमाऊंगा या चलो 35% इनकम टैक्स भी भर दूंगा. मान लो जो 1 करोड़ रुपए कमाता है तो maximum would spend is 35 lakhs or 37 lakhs including surcharge and all. Still he is disproportionately high. Even if I take away 40% of his income, still he has 60 lakhs. Unacceptable and disproportionately high income. That's not the story here. That's not what I want it to be. I think all these discussions happened within me for 5 minutes. By the time I finished my bath and I was out, supposed to dress, I took a decision. Instead of going to office, a workplace, I went to post office, a telegram office. I sent a telegram to my office, my organization, that I am resigning. Resigned with immediate effect, charge handed over to somebody. Your job is done. I'm not interested in working anymore. Then I was not knowing anything about civil services, honestly. Even I could not muster enough courage. हिम्मत नहीं जुटा नहीं पाया मैंने कि यार कि कैसे करेंगे, ऐसे तो पैसे नहीं है. ठीक है, we went to Delhi, very famous Mukherjee Nagar, what do you call today, old Rajendra Nagar and all. So went there and started searching for material, idea. I asked many people, many vague ideas come. Many vague ideas. Many answers which does not satisfy your quest to learn. Then I started structuring all the information I got for almost 6 to 7 months. I sat across. I didn't even make up my mind, honestly, I'm telling you. In the meantime, I got a job from Onida TV. Those days it was very famous. A regional head. I was in double mind. And also I was a journalist. So I thought Indian Express was offering me a job. I could not accept it. Because the only constant thinking was that I should become a civil servant. Then later on I joined 2 other boys like me who didn't have enough money to eat. Then I started my journey of preparing for civil services in '94. With all that, whatever preparation I could do, whatever the answers I could get the answers from other people, whoever scholarly person I used to have a discussion. Then ultimately, we sat for the first attempt, 94 end. Not without much preparation. We didn't know what to do about it. And there was no one to tell us which optional to choose from. बड़ी दिक्कत ये थी कि कोई मार्गदर्शन करने वाले कोई नहीं थे हमारे पास. Then my stupid advice my roommate gave me. In fact, that fellow, the principal secretary of finance in Assam, Meghalaya cadre, is the central secretariat now in Delhi. That fellow was a gold medalist in economics from Presidency College, Chennai. He said, why do you worry? I have all the books, I have all the material, and moreover, I am there with you. You take economics as optional. I blindly believed him. I learned economics. It's not that I did not. He taught me wonderfully. Absolutely. The kudos to that man. I came through prelims first attempt. Close to 72%, unheard of in the circle. Everybody started saying, man, Jayaprakash, you're done. First attempt, you cracked it. इतना सा स्कोर यार तो प्रिलिम्स में तो अनहर्ड ऑफ है. बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. Success went to head. So going to heart, it went to head. I became arrogant. And I never bothered about anyone's criticism. Then I took economics option because this will advise me. To tell you truth, young ones, सारे बच्चा लोग मैं आपके साथ सच कहूंगा, झूठ नहीं बोल सकता हूं मैं. I failed my first attempt means only because of my optionals, economics. Today I'm a renowned economist. There's no second thought about it. I'm also a geography expert. I'm also an economist, especially Keynesian policy and all. But I failed. I failed my optional paper with 8 marks. Okay. So then I decided not to listen to anyone. Another lesson learned. I was a gold medalist in my chemistry in my graduation. I believed in myself, but I could not dare go for chemistry as an optional. But I saw the portion and all. It was the ocean. Even organic, inorganic, I was only to some extent. What was there in the textbook, I could write it and get the answer. But UPSC is not that. Don't ever compare your favorite subject in your graduation as an optional. For UPSC, there's no end to it. Unfathomable depth in the subject. But I need to choose one. Then I came across some material. I found geography to be, because one of my students, one friend, a lady, she was opting for geography. Then I asked her, how is geography? I can't tell you anything, man. You take the book and you see it for yourself. Then I found the wonderful aspects of geography. There was physics, there was chemistry, especially that what you call Montmorillonite, a black cotton soil, the titaniferous magnetite. A lot of good aspects of chemistry were there, which good for me. The other aspect I learned about geography is that it's purely scientific subject. Though there are other commercial, economic aspects of it, it's purely. And the most advantageous part of geography was we don't have to mug it up. Apply logic, apply thinking, apply reason, you'll get the answer for it. So I chose optional as geography. Then started preparing for it. 3 months or 4 months, I remember, rigorous preparation. Then I was through. I mean, I was confident, but that doesn't mean that complacency has crept in. I was wary of my first attempt. वो डर तो हमेशा पीछे रहता है बेटा, हमेशा. जब भी हम लोग हारते हैं ना, वो हार का डर जो है वो हमें पीछे नहीं छोड़ता है. शायद फतेह की जीत की जो जश्न हमने मनाया है, वो लड्डू हमने जो खाई उसकी मिठास 5-10 मिनट में चली गई. शायद हम लोग, maybe perhaps I could have revived that sense of success. But the fear of failure is always with you. I wrote essays again and again. I wherever anyone who understands geography, I showed my essays to them. Yes, here could be a good correction. Here it is a correction. Yes, this is ISO, a part of it. The isostasy. This is oceanography. This is a coral reef. This is one thing, that thing. So all the inputs I've taken seriously. I wrote them down in a notebook. I cross-checked with the material, books and all. Then I was battle ready. Then I prepared the general studies papers and all. Well, I was confident about it. Not that I was overconfident, I was confident. And once I was confident, there was no looking back for me. That's the best aspect of it. एक बार आपको लगता है कि हाँ भाई हमने पूरी तैयारी कर ली है, अब पीछे नहीं रुकना है, चाहे कोई कुछ कहे, डर तो नहीं है, बिल्कुल नहीं है. और अपने आप पर विश्वास हो, if you believe in yourself and don't ever listen to anyone who ever says anything. Now, from here you go on. Until the last minute I was preparing for because the only factor was geography. I sat for the exam, I was sure I would go to pass. Fine. I got 332 marks in my geography. I was very happy. I could do it. Then I decided the day would come in future where I'll be training children in geography. The very day I passed out, I got a service. I joined as assistant secretary, then became assistant commissioner, deputy commissioner, joint commissioner, I retired as additional commissioner. I did my service to the government of India for 23 long years. But that success, that I should do something for the next generation that's going to come, which is dilly-dallying about optionals. When Prince Sir Chaturvedi sir, we were all discussing, I only told them, sir, students do have a lot of confusion as far optionals are concerned. So before I proceed further with today's presentation and today's talk, I request each of you, मैं प्रत्येक बच्चा बच्ची या छात्रा जो भी यहाँ पर क्लास अटेंड कर रहे हैं, सेशन कर रहे हैं, अब बच्चों से विनम्र अनुरोध करता हूं मैं कि आप ऑप्शनल जो है वो बिल्कुल ही पर्सनल इशू है, आप पर्सनल डिसीजन है, ये निजी मामला है. क्योंकि मैंने कहा है या किसी और ने कहा है, ये मत सुनकर आप चर्चा कर ऐसे बात मान ना मान ले. आप बिल्कुल अपनी राय खुद लेकर सोचो. What all you have in a mind, you can jot it down, 1 or 2, 3, 4 optionals. I suggest you go to UPSC website. You get optional question paper. There are a lot of optional question papers on the UPSC website. Take one question of them, write the answer and see which subject you're able to get a better answer. That's where your talent lies. All right. So before I proceed further, I again appeal to all of you. What I'm telling you is a purely an opinion and advice of an elderly person. End of the day, what you choose should be your personal decision. At no point of time am I asking any one of you to opt for geography. हाँ, बस इतना जरूर कहना चाहता हूं कि अगर आपके पास ऐसे कोई दुविधा है जो आप नहीं डिसाइड कर पा रहे, if geography is one of the options for you and you are unable to decide between geography and anthropology or geography of psychology or geography of philosophy or geography of something else, then I may be of help to you. I can compare with one subject and tell you where you can score. And why geography is considered one of the most scoring subjects. I'll be giving you that details to you. Let's start with it. Why am I able to choose?
Is there any issue, sir?
I'm unable to find the PPT I put on the screen here. The share an application window. I put on my screen.
I have made you co-host. It may help you.
Probably it could help me now. No, still it's not there. एक मिनट देखता हूँ. Yeah, now it is. Yeah, on the screen, we have a picture of Earth. This is not a picture or a graphic or a diagram. In fact, it is the photograph of the Earth taken in 1971 from Apollo spaceship. The Russians, when they left the Earth to go to Moon in 1971, they took a picture of the Earth, and this is what it is, the elliptic part of it, the Earth as a part. This I leave it on plain so that we can write something. We'll always come back to it. Right. Now, geography, I said, is one of the most popular. The sir also told Mr. Prakash, Prince said, it's one of the most popular Every year, there are about 12 lakh applicants, around close to 25% of the more than 3 lakh aspirants choose geography. Why? All right, there's more crowd in public administration, there's more crowd in political science, there's more crowd in nowadays philosophy.
Sir, animals have a higher level of humans have a higher level of thinking, but animals
That's
don't
what
have
your
that.
classmate Ayantika saying also, that high IQ level. No, there are animals which are even more talented than human beings. Consciousness, Washim, nahi beta. Now, human beings are civilized, animals aren't, of course. I don't know, I would beg to differ with you, Miss Megha. I would not buy your argument that human beings are more civilized. They might have been civilized, but not disciplined. Look at the ants. They are more disciplined than us. They have a lane system to follow. You leave a piece of jaggery, itna sa good वहां लगा दो, 8-10 चींटी आके उसे ले जाते घसीट कर. The teamwork they have. No, I would not buy your argument, Miss Megha. Animals are much more compassionate, loyalty. Take a dog for that matter. We can never compare with ourselves as for a loyalty of an animals are concerned. Na? They can be trained, but we resist training. It's very difficult for us to. I'll tell you the answer, but don't worry. You're talking about all intangible aspects of it. What I meant is the tangible change in the human being and the animal is your fingers. Or precisely the gap among actual species differ, but I'm not denying it. See, we're all genetic changes. Arguably, you are absolutely right. But what made human being supreme over others, superior to others, is that, see, I have these gaps among my fingers. So I can take a sharp stone. I'm the only animal who can make a fist. The closest to is the monkey, which can hold a branch. Or it can eat with its hands. But not even monkey is close to human being as far as make a fist is concerned. Man took a sharp stone and started hitting or killing the animal. The power to make a fist is the power of human being. Now, this you can't learn it unless you open a anthropology book. I don't know honestly how many of you have read Lakshmikant. I don't know. Mubarak ho beta, kuch samajh mein aa gayi to I'll congratulate you. My friends did warn me not to read the whole Parliament at one go. I took Lakshmikant, read the whole Parliament one day, then I slept off. I could not digest it. It was very difficult for me. There are the ups and downs, but this is one subject, geography. It has been there since our birth. When your mother took you to her arms and started showing you the moon and stars and fed you, there was geography there. When you walked and fell down, when you hurt yourself, there was geography. When you felt thirsty, you drank water, there is geography. When you flew kites, when the wind took your flight higher and higher, there was geography. When you saw sand on the beach, there was geography. When you saw the river flowing, there was geography. Geography, unlike any other subject, is so integral for human life. Every part of our life, there is geography. In fact, we ourselves are geography. Like 5 elements of nature. Like air we breathe, the earth we stand on, the water we drink, the fire we use to cook is all in you. Geography is human life. Among all other subjects, which you started first to learn, I think in your 5th standard or 5th, I get there, 5th or 6th, you started learning a lot of terms of geography, like solar system. For example, you learned the inner planets, outer planets, and all. You learned about Jupiter, you learned about Neptune, Mercury, Mars. We learned about soil, we learned about air, we learned about cloud. How it rains, we learned it. But very unfortunate that we learned all these only for passing the examination. Even up to your 10th class, what you call the social studies, they were the part called geography. That we learned only for it. In fact, we went up to the prairies, pampas, savannas. We learned about Africa. We learned about equator. We learned about latitudes. We learned about longitudes. We went to polar zone. We learned all this. We learned all the answers. The teacher explained to us. They gave us notes. We learned the notes. We wrote the exam and we passed out our 10th class. Then your options started. Either it could be mathematics, or it could be chemistry, it could be physics, or it could be biology, botany, zoology, some other subject. Then your graduation, you studied something else. You studied engineering, you studied medicine, you studied dentistry, you studied economy, you studied chemistry, like I did. And you forgot geography all of a sudden. And the day you decided to become a civil servant, because someone felt that the most difficult examination on the earth, चलो देखते हैं, चलो आजमा लेते हैं. Come on, let's give it a try. What is that I can't do? That was the spirit in you. All right. You went to UPSC syllabus, you found the word geography. As a part of your paper 3, you got to learn geography. You have it in your prelims, you got to learn it. But preparing for optional is in-depth analysis of geography. So, what all the subjects you studied, like it could be polity, it could be history, it could be any other subject. It could be sociology, it can be economy. One thing which is a combination of all this is geography. Generally, when students who are a little confounded, who are a little confused, they come to us. Sir, कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा सर. Optional कौन सी? अरे बेटा आपकी मर्जी. नहीं सर, मर्जी की बात करो. आप बताइए कौन सा अच्छा रहेगा मेरे लिए. I can't practically tell you how to choose that optional. So what generally I would do is, I would ask the student to pick up a few topics of different subjects which you think are you're interested in, or that boy or the girl is interested in, and ask them to write an essay on it and show it to me. What economy you can write, philosophy you can write, sociology you can write, something like this. An egalitarian society, an untenable proposition. How can a society be all equal when you have differences called man and woman, gender disparity, then we have rich and poor disparity and all. The whole society is made up of. Then you can write an essay and give it to me. I mean, if you're able to write this kind of an answer, then I tell you, beta, you take sociology. If the answer is nowhere near the reality, then I would ask, beta, of sociology matlu. But one answer where you all can write well is geography. For a simple reason, it connects us. It's there with us, right? So I said, what I say is this. The most popular optional subject in UPSC Civil Services examination. There have been toppers with this option in the previous years. The most popular with Ira Singhal in 2015. All India rank 1, 2015 was Ira Singhal. Her option was geography. In 2016, exam rank Soumya Pandey. This girl is my student. I can very confidently say. Fourth ranker Soumya Pandey, and this year 2022 results have come, and she also got that. Her rank is All India rank 24. Sahitya Pusapati. She got All India rank 24. Sahitya Pusapati is my student, and she did well in geography again. So I taken geography as her optional subject. Because Ira Singhal, Soumya Pandey, Sahitya Pusapati, Rahul, the other boys, Abhishek, Abhinav, Vijay, then the Karnataka boy, very famous fellow. He did a lot of fight with the UPSC. Her name is, I forgot here. Yeah, Shiv Shankar is also my student of geography. So, is that reason you should take geography because Ira Singhal is the topper, or because of Soumya Pandey is the topper, or All India rank 24 Sahitya Pusapati is the topper? She got IFS recently, Indian Foreign Service. Is that the reason you should take? No, I'm never trying to say that. मैं कभी ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ क्योंकि आप क्योंकि ये लोग ना उनके जो टॉपर हो चुके हैं तो आप भी ज्योग्राफी ले लें, ये मैं नहीं कह रहा. I don't try to say this. What I'm trying to say is there is a lot of information available. They're trying to say that geography nahi bahut mushkil hai, very difficult hai. No, if that were true, how can Ira Singhal get All India rank 1? How can Soumya Pandey get 4th rank if it is that difficult? So, to rest that argument that, see, that people, geography is very difficult, I won't purchase that. Right? Yeah. So, while many aspirants swear by geography, many people tell that geography as their optional, many others don't regard this as an ideal optional for them. This is truth. ये बात भी सच है कि काफी लोग ज्योग्राफी लेने पे इच्छा जताते, इच्छा बताते, and others said, no, beta. I know many faculty members, my own faculty members, they tell, कुछ भी लो लेकिन ज्योग्राफी मत लो. No, I heard it. I heard my own brother, the faculty member, telling a student, a classmate, my student, telling that, don't take geography, it's very difficult. No, I would not again subscribe to the idea. There are many who will say geography is very good. The positive hai, geography negative bhi hai. So, why not we do the pros and cons of geography? What are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of geography as optional? When you know why geography is a very good optional, then you can go for it. And it gives an answer to a question: is geography good for optionals in UPSC syllabus? तब जाके आप शायद ये फैसला कर सकते हैं कि अब ज्योग्राफी सही है या नहीं है, क्या करना चाहिए क्या नहीं करना चाहिए। ये सब हम बाद में बात करते हैं, अभी फिलहाल we'll go back to it. So if at all you have any doubt as a geography is optional, you still have some kind of lack of confidence, you are diffident, you are not sure about it, you don't have a concrete information about it and all, then we can sort it out, not a big issue. Let's see what it is. Yeah. Selecting the optional for UPSC is always a personal decision. Let me be as categorical, as clear, as open as possible, as frank as possible. I reiterate, choosing an optional for your UPSC civil examination is always your personal decision. Don't choose an optional because someone says it, or someone tells you, यार geography ले ले बहुत अच्छी है, नहीं, philosophy ले ले बहुत अच्छी है, नहीं, anthropology ले ले, नहीं. Not because someone says it. Your decision of optionals should always be guided by your ability, what you can do, what you can't do, what you can opt for, how you can work on it. Then you can. So every individual has a unique strength and weakness. They also have a different educational and professional backgrounds. For example, somebody can be from economics, BA economics. Somebody can be a Bachelor of Commerce. Somebody can be a BSc nutrition. Somebody can be BSc biochemistry, BSc genetics. I'm telling you, all these students who have been in my class and have succeeded. Then BA mathematics. There was one student who was MSc integrated mathematics from BITS, Pilani. Her name is Likita Reddy. She's the Master of Science in integrated mathematics. I know one BDS student came to me, a dentist. So there are different ways you come from different professional and educational backgrounds. Because none of the subjects, geography is very, very rare as a combination you are at the BSc or BA. Nowadays we have BSc geology. In some universities, but very, very few people opt for that. So there are jobs which do not get you. Yeah. So candidate must weigh the pros and cons of particular optional subject, and the pros outweigh the cons, then he or she can zero in on that subject. So I'll give you a list of pros and cons. Once you write down all the pros and cons and decide for yourself, if there are more pros than cons, then yes, you can go for a decision of geography. And why you have chosen, if at all you already decided geography is going to be my optional, welcome to the session once again. And why you have taken a very good decision, I'll tell you now. So let's start with pros of geography as an optional. अच्छाई क्या है, बुराई, बुराई तो नहीं कह सकता, लेकिन advantages क्या है, disadvantages क्या है, अभी हम देखते हैं. We'll see now. Right. IQ level, intelligence, conscious, human such as animals aren't. No, natural species be different. Absolutely right. Fine. Yeah. So, What are the advantages of having geography as an optional and why it is not? Let's see that. In a pros, I'll give you all the pros of geography as options. Then we go for cons as well. What are the disadvantages of geography as optional? Because if at all, I need to be a little more, I'm not trying to sell geography as optional, so I don't tell you only good things. I'll be as impartial as possible. I'll try to be more open about it. नेगेटिव भी बताऊंगा, पॉजिटिव बताऊंगा, क्या है, कैसे ले सकते, कैसे चुन सकते, ये आप खुद डिसाइड कर लीजिएगा. But my job is to tell you. After this, we'll have one more session coming at what are the aspects you need to prepare for geography. Then a second slide will come in after this. Right. So pros of geography as an optional. Geography is a scientific subject. You have physics, chemistry, biology, ecology, environment, every science you've got to deal with it. For example, take physics. The earth rotates from west to east. The highest speed is at the equator. So here where the centrifugal force is created. Then the perpendicular part would contain the Coriolis force. Lot of physics term we use. The centrifugal force, Coriolis force, pressure gradient force, a lot of things. And we have a magnetism, geomagnetism. Then we have auroras. We have different levels of atmospheric pressure, which we say 0.13.25 hectopascals or MBARs. So a lot of physics come in geography. If you are a physics enthusiast, you have studied physics, you'll definitely enjoy and you learn it much better because you have the background of physics here. Let's come to chemistry. In chemistry, again, you have in-depth chemistry. We have silicon, aluminium, nickel, ferrous, then titaniferous magnetite. We have ferrous oxide. Then we have aluminium hydroxide, the soil composition, whatnot. Everything. In fact, we have atmospheric gases combination, like helium, argon, hydrogen, everything about it. So again, chemistry, you have a good role to play. Biology, everything about plants, trees, evergreen forest, undergrowth in the forest, the kind of a leaves we have, the kind of a plantation, the growth, the flora and fauna, everything. Then ecology, rivers, water system, glaciers, mountains, everything. Environment, of course, it has all the gases present. We have carbon dioxide, we have water vapor. In fact, we have radiatively active gases. What is the common name that we know all of it? We all know this word in the radioactive active gases in a common terminology. Can you tell me? Whom will I ask? Anjan Naskar, beta? Can you tell me what is radiatively active gases otherwise called? A common parlance.
Sir, is it greenhouse gases?
That's no. CFC.
This is chlorofluorocarbon, not radiative active gases all over.
Wait, water vapor is not a radioactive vessel. But ability to Earth to absorb the radiation is only 60%. Remain 40%, it leaves in the system, right?
Yes,
even carbon monoxide. See,
yes.
CFC comes when you use a refrigerator or AC. That's a greenhouse gas. Not denying it. That is definitely one of the component of greenhouse gases.
Sir, what is the difference between HCFC and CFC?
HCFC is more potent because it has a hydrogen as a component. Hydrogen is lighter and moves faster. Yeah, Sudipto, you want to join? Please join, beta.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Hydrogen is the more potent part when it is a lighter gases. So it can take the carbon fluorocarbon, chlorofluorocarbons higher. So these are the ones which come across the ozone layer depletion. हम बात करेंगे इन सारे के. We'll tell you each of it in detailed discussion. Very good, Ms. Avantika Sen and other student who answered the question. Very good. I'm very happy. ये हुई ना बात बेटा. ये हुई ना बात. Yes. I okay with that. Ondrila. Andrila Rakshit Sakar. All right. That's good. That's good, beta. Good effort. I'm very happy you're following it.
Thank you, sir.
Come on, beta. Don't say thank you. Do you thank your mama when she serves food to you?
No, sir.
Why
Good
thank
morning,
you?
sir.
Why thank you me? Mama serves food, I serve knowledge. We both are same. They are simple as this. A teacher is like a mother. You know what? You can never thank these persons enough. Right? Anyway, good about it. Right. I'm happy.
So true, sir. So true.
Absolutely. Yeah, very good. So, here is the medical. And many aspirants from science, medical, engineering, and backgrounds who come, they really enjoy geography because everything related to them is there. They have studied that for +2, then they learned it in a graduation, whatnot. It has everything with it for your preparation of geography is concerned. Next point where I want to say, there's no much of mugging up required. Unlike articles, because we recently had a presidential election, we may remember Article 52. We come across 302, 307, 356. But not many of us remember many articles. That's the problem. You don't have to mug them up. You don't have to learn it by heart. No rut method is required. You're learned by logic. Only concepts need to be understood. Now, a few minutes ago, I said the earth has ability. Here is the sun. Sun rays come. This is the earth's surface. All fine. It receives it and reflects back 40%. This is where it becomes cloud formation, and it had the radiation, we have a convergence, everything happened there. So this is how we learn the concept. Conceptual clarity is more required in geography than trying to mug it up. For example, if I give you a term called ITCZ, Intertropical Convergence Zone, what does it mean? It means that Earth has a center part called equator. It has two lines here, which are tropics. Then there is a polar part, I can say. And the Earth equator is the hottest and the wettest place, but tropics have seasons, polar doesn't have a season. Here is every day like summer, 42 to 44 degrees centigrade. Here where things change. Here again, polar region, no season, everywhere summer. Every day is winter. There's no summer here and there's no winter here. Learn it, conceptual part. So what all we experience, the tropics. In fact, your Tropic of Cancer is passing through West Bengal. So we have summers are humid and winters are cold. And why in Kolkata, in winter, by 3:30, 4 o'clock, it becomes dark. Afternoon. How will you mug up this? When you compare to northwestern Rajasthan, where northwestern India, Rajasthan, Jodhpur, where 7:30 p.m. there is sunlight in summer. I've experienced both. Once I was in Darjeeling to attend a conference. I went at 11 o'clock to my hotel. I checked in and I told the waiter, that the receptionist desk, the girl, And I'm tired, I want to sleep. So for a couple of hours, you send me lunch. I had early lunch and I said I'll sleep for 2 to 3.5 hours. I'll enjoy my siesta. I asked her to wake me up at 3:30 in the afternoon. So 4:30 I should be there. The conference starts at 5 o'clock. And I forgot all that I learned. When the phone rang, I lifted the phone and said, "What is this?" I said, "Sir, your wake-up call, sir. You want me to wake up at 3:30. They looked out the window and said, "What a girl you are. I told you 3:30 p.m., not 3:30 a.m. I said, "No, sir, it's 3:30 p.m. now." Then recollected, okay, in Eastern India, the sun rays go away faster. So in Kolkata and all, by 5 o'clock, maximum winter, you find darkness. Am I right? No. Aren't you from Kolkata? Aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I am from Kolkata.
So, 5 o'clock in winter, it gets, by December, 5 o'clock in the evening, it becomes dark. I'm right. Even 4:30,
Yes, sir.
4:30 it becomes dark, I know that. So I've been there in Kolkata. In fact, your the institute director, sir, I was discussing the other day. Even out of duty, I came to help. What all the saga is going on in West Bengal, I had my role in it. So the days where I was in ED, so big issue, Partha Chatterjee and all. So that's the reason. You need to know, because you don't have to mug up. By mugging up, you not learn it. You have to experience it, you learn by the concept. That's the advantage you have in geography. And only concept you need to understand, there's no depth of material available for geography. There is no depth. How much ever information, how much ever notes you want, how much ever material you want it, you have everything there. Not only textbooks. The whole world is there for you to learn it. It's there for you to understand. In fact, you can take a world map, you'll find a lot of things. If at all you take a world map, you find South America, eastern side of South America and western side of Africa, both are similar. You can join them as one unit. That is what you call continental drifting. So there is there for you to mug it up. Just have a look at the map, you'll understand it. So the next point is a tremendous overlap with general studies, both in prelims and mains. Geography, when you study for prelims, it has a lot of information which can cover. And in the mains, paper 3, again, you have a lot of information which is overlapping with geography in general studies, which you already prepared. So 40 to 45% of your geography preparation, you've already done it in your preliminary stages or main stages. So optional, we don't have to, because you can just recollect, you'll understand concepts. Okay, that doesn't mean that option is easy. I'm not trying to say that even for a moment, but it becomes easier for you because you can already study all the concepts there. Yeah, the questions becoming more dynamic. We have a lot of information available to us in the form of dynamic nature. For example, Russia, Ukraine. Why Russia want to attack Ukraine? Because Russia doesn't have a warm ocean. So what is a warm ocean? You see, Russia is closer to the poles. So Arctic Ocean, where Russia is worried about, is always frozen state. Why it is frozen? It is close to polar. Why polar? There is no sunrise, so there is no insolation. So there is no amount of water becoming liquid state. It's only in ice blocks. So Russia would not be able to use its maritime. So it wants a warm ocean. Who has it warm ocean? Below that, Ukraine has it. Now see how we are able to connect geography with the current affairs. That possibly can be the question they can ask you. They're more dynamic in nature and not less static. They're not all the data you have, but you have to use them. So geography also has a lot of overlap with subjects like economics, environment, ecology, and conservation. Apart from all the topics I already told you, like physics, chemistry, and all, and a lot of something with economics as well. Even population is a part of geography. Population studies, which we come across in sociology, is a part of geography. Only in geography we learn how to calculate the population growth rate. Other subjects, they just discuss it. But in geography, we'll tell the real reason and the method to calculate. In fact, there are two kinds of calculating population growth rate. Population growth rate is of two kinds. Average annual exponential growth rate, and second is decadal population growth rate. Whereas here we calculate every 10 years. This is a random interval you can calculate. For that average annual exponential growth rate, there's a function called, a formula called function t is equal to ab to the power of t. In fact, we can come to mathematical as well in geography. Lot of interesting aspects with them in geography, you can learn them. Can all of you that what they learn in geography in their essay paper on various topics. Every aspect of human life is related to geography. Like I told you, what are the possible reasons why population is a major hindrance for economic development of India, right? You have all the data in geography to help you with population studies, society, the way we behave, urban, rural, settlements, pollution, migration rate, density, everything. Even in UPSC personality test, in the mains you can write, in films you can write, an interview part. In interview again, they play an important role. Can ask you questions on the local geography of candidate hometown, like soil. What kind of a soil do you have? Sir, we have red soil. Why your soil is red? Because presence of ferrous oxide. Okay, there's a presence of ferrous oxide in your soil, the red soil. You have a black soil. The black soil is otherwise called cotton or called regur soil. Or if I had asked you about West Bengal, you are from Midnapur, you are from Malda, you are from that area, then I'll ask you about Hooghly. Then I'll ask you about the paddy production in West Bengal. I'll ask you more about potato. Why cotton is not grown in West Bengal? Only jute is grown. Why jute in West Bengal? So for jute, we need loamy sand soil and a moisture should be humid. So West Bengal has a loamy sand soil, which is a delta of Brahmaputra, Damodar, and the Hooghly River, which otherwise called Ganga, and all would can sandy loamy soil, and that's the reason we have here jute production. Because I want to know how much do you know about your own place. आप अपने बारे में नहीं जानते तो देश के बारे में क्या जानते बेटा? तो सवाल ये है. They'll ask your coordinates, that is your longitude and latitudinal extent. 23.5 degree north is passing through West Bengal. So, sir, Tropic of Cancer is passing through. So we have extreme weather conditions. In summer, it sweats a lot, so it's more humid here. And in winter, it's cold. That you can say. Your coordination, vegetation, whatever kind of plants you grow, like I told you, you have a paddy, you have potato, you have jute, kind of things. And the minerals you have, like Durgapur, you have, we can talk about Raniganj, the oldest coal mine in India. So you can tell all the data about West Bengal, they ask you. That's the advantage. But advantage of geography can make you the more knowledgeable about it. In fact, I am not from West Bengal. If you were to ask about Delhi, I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything about Delhi. But I can tell you about your own place. I can tell about your own place. How? I've learned it. This is what you call as a manifestation of knowledge. That's what exactly UPSC asks you. Now I'm going to show you a diagram. If you want, you can write down. Otherwise, that's good enough. You can. It's being recorded. You will have it. You can see the particular diagram where which subject contributes how much to geography. I thought of helping you with this particular information, so you can how much is geography. Sudipto Das, what happened, beta? You're coming and going. Any network issue? Possibly.
Yes, the network is good.
Oh, no, I can understand. I can understand. Now, look at the one. We'll start a clockwise. This is 12 o'clock. We'll take this as clockwise. 11% physics. Like I told you. Centrifugal force. Then we have Coriolis force. Pressure gradient force. Then we have atmosphere. Everything related to physics would be 11%. Chemistry 12%. I think I told you many combination of soils, minerals, everything. Iron ore, copper, Fe, Cu, manganese, everything. Biology is 19%. All the flora and the fauna. Sociology is the largest contributor, 19%, along with birth. This is how the society functions. Like tribals, rural, urban, industrial, everything related to sociology. How the mountain terrain people, Khasi Hills, Garo Hills, Mizo Hills, Meghalaya, what are Naga settlements, what are Mizoram, what is the Arunachal Pradesh. In fact, density in Arunachal Pradesh is the lowest. 14 persons per 1 square kilometer. For every square kilometer, only 14 people live. That's Arunachal Pradesh. Delhi, 1,800 people per square kilometer. Highest density. Otherwise you call national capital territory. Ghaziabad, Faridabad, Yamunanagar, Gurgaon, all these areas would be there. So as a society, how we live, how do we share our resources, what is the pollution, what is the water kind of a thing, everything would come under this part of sociology. 11% again, economy, commercials, like industries, transport, whatnot, everything practically of economy. Only we don't go to the monetary economics and all that, but again, agriculture, one of the mainstays of it is agriculture. Again, we have rivers, we have transportation, National Waterway 1. Starts from Kolkata, Haldia to Prayagraj. 1,620 kilometers of National Waterway 1. Economy. A kind of a transport which doesn't have any kind of pollution. Right? 7% would be public administration, how to govern the public. And almost 22% largest contributor is environment and ecology. greenhouse gases, then we have ozone depletion, atmosphere, everything. Cloud system, rain, floods, earthquakes, disaster management, everything would be there. You talk about El Nino effect, La Nina effect, what not? Everything would be under this particular part. Why I'm telling you this particular information, but hello, kuch keh rahe hain aap? Why I'm telling you is, if you break these whole geography into, okay, these are physics, these are chemistry, these are environment, ecology, you break them, it's easy for you because you already covered those topics in your prelims days and the mains days. If at all you're sitting for optionals preparation के लिए, चलो यार, prelims तो कर लिया हमने, prelims pass हो गए, चलो, optional भी चल रहा है, I mean, all the mains preparation going on, GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4 ethics है, fine. Essay, हाँ, लिख लिया है, fine, over. 2 essays, 12,250 words, 1,250 words, चलो 2 essay लिख दिया, कम से कम 60 या 70 मिलेंगे, चलो, happy. Now sit for your options. What do you do? What should be the guiding force? Take all the geography.
Hello.
Yeah, Sovik.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, IPS ऑफिसर का ड्रेस बोलिए ना.
जी बेटा.
IPS ऑफिसर का बोलिए ना, बताइए ना.
बेटा कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा बेटा आपका, सो धीरे से बोलिए. Slower.
IPS ऑफिसर का. IPS ऑफिसर.
Can you type Sovik?
Yes, IPS ऑफिसर का बोलिए ना, IPS ऑफिसर का.
चिराग बेटा. Can you please type the question? I beg your pardon, I'm unable to hear you properly. There's some background information. Has anyone understood what he said? Has anyone understood what he said? Can you repeat that for me?
So I think he wants to know about the IPS officer and all.
IPS officer. It depends on your rank, beta, and your DAF. If you are mentioned in your DAF, you should, after your mains are done, you have to submit your DAF, detailed application form, the 2 sets of it. In that you have to give all the details and your optionals. I mean, what is your option? How you have, why you want to choose this particular service? Based on the availability, number of posts has been DOPT has given to UPSC. See, before the UPSC commences, UPSC has nothing to do with your selection or your rank. It won't recommend. It won't also give you rank. It only gives you marks. Okay? UPSC conducts examination and conducts interview and gives you marks. The maximum they said recommended. That's all. The rank we get is because DOPT tells that number. Right? So UPSC website announces it. That's only that. You have to mention that in your DAF. Your first option is IPS. Maybe you want to serve the society in a law and order, intelligence, something like this. So I also chose IPS, but I was doing IRS, Indian Revenue Service. Again, I was posted as Assistant Secretary in Ministry of Finance. I worked in CSO, Central Statistical Office, because I was very good at the inflation calculation, the Gini coefficients and all that. But after 3 years, I came back to my parent department in economic income tax. Then I was from economic intelligence. I worked in ED, I worked in DRI and all that. So don't you worry unnecessarily at this stage. I would suggest you focus on passing the exam with a better rank. Below 100 मिलेंगे तो अगर आप suitable है तो बिल्कुल मिल जाएंगे बेटा. पुलिस के लिए कुछ अलग से नियम होते हैं. Your eyesight, your height, your physical ability, a lot of factors are available for that. Only then you'll be chosen. So otherwise, it will be a little difficult for police. I mean, it again depends on your personal choice. And again, I'm not trying to say that. But many people do IAS, Indian Administrative, because that's where you can. Someone want to join? Yeah, please share Mr. Join. So again, I'm not the last person to advise you to anything about your personal choice. You can choose what you want. ऐसा कुछ नहीं कि भाई आप नहीं कर सकते. Because I don't know you, I've not seen you. If at all you come to me with all the details, probably I can advise you. But first, I suggest you focus on getting a very good rank. Below 100, you can bargain. Sir, I want home posting. मिल जाता है कभी home posting मिलता है. Last year, Pradeep Kumar, he wanted a Bihar cadre. तो मिल जाता है उनको. Home cadre मिलता है. आपको भी, if you have a geographical reasons not to go out of West Bengal, yes, you can get home cadre. It's not that. West Bengal government has requirement for IAS officers, and you are best suitable, fine, why not? You can. But again, you should not have a partiality toward Bengali people. That's one aspect you will be very careful about it. That is one reason why most of, Namrata Rai joined, that's one reason why most of the officers are from different states. Again, it comes under central services rules, lot of factors. फिलहाल हम इसको यहीं पर रखेंगे सोभिक जी. When we come back, we'll take up. Whenever other session, I'll tell you. But that's for now. Is it clear now? How much is the contribution of each subject now? How it is overlapping? I mean, how much subject that geography takes? This I've taken from different subjects. How much they are contributing to geography? Yeah, that would be fun. So, next important point I would like to say is geography, the scoring subject. Unlike humanities subject like public administration, PubAd hai, yeah, sociology hai, PSIR hai. Again, I'm not nowhere I'm trying to say these are not good subjects. I'm not trying to say that. But there is a humanities subject. They don't must go for interpretation. यहाँ पर काफी interpretation होना पड़ता है. यहाँ पर geography में नहीं है. You can't add your own knowledge to it. You have to mention why it is that. For example, we talk about ocean current, or we talk about air mass, or we talk about atmospheric pressure. What is there you can add your own? Nothing. For example, when it rains, on the surface, it rains in the form of water. Water. But on the Himalayas, it snows. Why? When it rains, why do we get water in Kolkata, and why it in Himalayas it snows? Simple, sir. It's because of the air pressure, atmospheric pressure. At the sea coast, the atmospheric pressure is high, 1013.25 hectopascals. The higher we go, the lower the pressure. There's a theory. Atmospheric pressure decreases as we go up. As the height increases, the atmospheric pressure decreases. Since there is no temperature here, it becomes snow. From the cloud, it only comes in the form of snow. The cloud temperature is minus 35 degrees centigrade. From the surface of it, when it goes up, when the temperature goes up in the form of evaporation, the higher it goes, the cooler it becomes. For every 1 kilometer of atmosphere, we have minus 5 degrees centigrade. This is called lapse rate. All right. Now you can't change it. What is your interpretation in it? Like in public administration, like in sociology, like in PSIR. What is the interpretation you have? Nothing. You can't do anything on your own. Everything has already been mentioned. And don't mug up. Use logic, you'll get it. Use concept, you'll get it. So, it is not open for interpretation. Also, diagrams, flowchart can be used to get more marks. For example, India map. Okay, West Bengal. Here are Sundarbans. Here are this, what you call marshy soil, or what you call as forest called mangroves. The question mangroves, draw a map. Here you can write West Bengal. Sundarbans are mangroves, marshy soil, कीचड़ रहता है यहाँ पर. देखो, एक मार्क मिल गया आपको. ड्राइंग डालने से you got one more mark additional. Flow chart, I'll show it you flow chart in a few minutes now. You can get more marks for it. The math-based questions are also scoring. Wherever possible, you draw a map, you get more marks for it. Now, what is less chance of opinions or interpretation? As I told you, there's no way you can give your opinion here or interpretation. 40% syllabus from essay, GS1 and GS3 papers already covers and helps in interview, which I already told you. These three parts are very important. Now, let's come to cons of geography. What is the negative aspect of geography? एडवांटेजेस क्या है हम जानते हैं. अब तक हमने बताया कि ज्योग्राफी लेने से क्या फायदा होते हैं, मैंने बता चुका हूं. और नेगेटिव क्या होते हैं? By the way, you all speak Hindi. Well, I've been using Hindi. बेटा? No. No, you don't speak Hindi. Fine, that's okay. Let's stick to English then. I didn't know that you don't. In West Bengal, they speak Hindi, right? Agadip, you don't speak English, Hindi. Sunito?
Yes, sir, we all do.
Oh, you all do. Wonderful.
In my opinion, we all do.
Okay, wonderful. I know. I've come to Kolkata. I never taught there, but I know they speak Hindi. Only that your I is O. Your O is the one. Because recently, I had an office in CIT. My stay is in 10 Judges Court, New Alipur. We have an apartment there. So our office in Intelli, so we used to go there and all. We had, yeah, I know, madam. No issues, no. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for that. So, a small break for you on the sidekick. Not to nothing with education. I'm just thinking about how I felt in Bengal, Kolkata. So there was our my sister office, my colleague. Her name is Sushmita Dasgupta. So I was coming out, and my car was supposed to come. Because all CAT, this Acharya Chandrajeshwar, ASC Bose Road is a little narrow and all, traffic problem and all. So waiting for my car, Sushmita's husband came to receive her. So Sushmita was introducing her husband to me, saying that, sir, this is my hobby. I know hobby, but I don't know what hobby is. I said, enjoy. If your husband is the hobby, nothing else can be done other than to enjoy. Fine, beta. Thank you. So, come back to the story. What are the cons of it? The biggest negative about geography is that it has a rather huge syllabus. कितना है? कुछ पता नहीं है. We don't know how much is sufficient, how much is syllabus. The competition, the options of it is immense when compared to some other subjects. There are 2 points I thought of. I'll mention it so you can take a right decision. But don't you worry. I'll make it simpler for you. But don't worry about the syllabus you have. I'll make it simpler for you. We'll break it into parts. And we'll learn the subject according to the requirements of the subject. For the physics, we'll tell the physics part. Chemistry, will go the chemistry way. With ecology, environment, biology, economies, everything will be handled in that way that it can be understood easily. And one is interrelated with the other. For example, you are talking about industrialization. Industrialization should be linked to agriculture. Agriculture should be linked to irrigation, that is river system. Okay. So they should be, for example, you talk about cement industry, it should be based on mining, so minerals are added there. It's easy for us to connect them. एक दूसरे जुड़ा हुआ रहता है ये सारे सब्जेक्ट्स. जहां इंडस्ट्रीज होते हैं वहां पर नगर पालिका या शहर होता है. जहां शहर होता है वहां पर आबादी बड़ी है, आबादी ज्यादा होती है तो वहां पर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ पोल्यूशन बहुत होता है, क्योंकि हमको पानी बांटना पड़ता है. You have to use a lot of vehicles. Lot of Kolkata, like Kolkata do have Hooghly, but what kind of river contamination is happening? You understand what I'm trying to say? The water we have in Kolkata is not that easily consumable, because a lot of tanneries are leaving chemicals and phosphorus and these things, sulfur, into Hooghly. The kind of a water you have it in Dakshineshwar, you can't have it elsewhere. The kind of water you have in 24 Parganas is different where in the city of Kolkata is. So kind of things you should know. So pollution, environment, they are interrelated to each other. So though it is a one definitive negative aspect, I'll make it easier for you. Don't you worry about it. Right. Now, basic books, I suggest for you to start preparation as of now. अभी शुरुआत करनी है, अभी नहीं किया है, तो 11th and 12th new series of NCERT, go get them or borrow them, start studying from the basics of it. So Geography Made is Simple, series by Rupa Publication, volume 1 and 2, again they are very, very easy. Very easy. You want a very basic notes. For example, you want to understand what is atmosphere, you want to understand what is ocean current, you want to understand what is a coral reef, you want to know what is an estuary. Then we'll have a book called Go Xiang Long. है ये market में मिल जाएगा आपको, काफी अच्छी book है. We all recommend this. Apart from there are D.R. Kular, Majid Hussain, but I suggest we go with Savinder Singh. My personal choice is Savinder Singh. I'm not at no point of time I have to say Majid Hussain, Kular are not good. I'm not trying to say, but Savinder is easy explanation of it. Yeah. So reference and study के लिए Physical Geography by Savinder Singh. If one wants our specialized books of physical geography syllabus, you can take this. There are 5 special books by Savinder Singh. सारे एक ही के हैं, तो his way of interpretation is very easy for you. Has certain specific chapters which are not covered through the above mentioned books. Cover about physical geography textbook covers 80% of the physical geography syllabus by Savinder Singh. इस महाशय ने physical geography लिखा है, 80% तक cover हो जाएगा बेटा. This would be both. Right. And physical geography syllabus, one has to refer to 2 to 3 chapters from each of the below books. One can take photocopies of the selected chapters from libraries and study rather than buying these books. ये सारे books हम GEO IAS में आपको उपलब्धि करवाएंगे. ये मेरे books होंगे. Right. So Prince चतुर्वेदी जी, राकेश साहा जी जो भी है वहां पर होंगे, मैं उसे बता दूंगा. आप इन बुक्स पर फोटो कॉपी लेंगे. Unnecessary, don't waste money. Whenever I come to Kolkata, we'll have offline classes and all. I'll explain the concepts to you once again, but nevertheless, we'll do it. Yes. Now, the book Geomorphology by Savinder Singh, Oceanography by Savinder Singh, Climatology by Savinder Singh. In sare books, they are available at GEO IAS office. They're all by J. Prakash. They are my books. Apart from that, I'll give you one more geography dictionary for ready reference. not very expensive. I have priced it around 500 to 400 to 500 rupees. You can buy one copy. Whenever you are referring to geography or preparing for geography, you come across any such term. For example, you come across pressure gradient, or you are coming across a term called rimland theory. Okay, you don't have to search in multiple sources. This book, handbook will be there. The handbook I'm giving you. You can go search in R, you find rimland theory. In rimland theory, you can find out a small description of rimland theory. Wherever possible, there's a diagram also, so that you can see it, learn it. That way, it will be advantage. In fact, the revision is going on for the book. I'm revising the book. I was the one who wrote this book for geography options. Many batches have completed. Even only day before yesterday, on Friday, we completed one batch. Because September 19th, they are sitting for examination. Right. Now, I'll give you one question and I'll show you how to answer it. मैं आपको एक सवाल दूंगा यूपीएससी का, और उसे किस तरह आंसर लिखा जाता है, कैसे लिखा जाता है, how to write a better answer for the question in the UPSC way. 250 words में कैसे हम एक बहुत बड़ी आइडिया को सिमट कर समाते बताएंगे, हम आपको एक कोशिश करके बताएंगे अभी. So I'm going to tell you how to write a model answer that will help you to structure the answer if this was a question for you. What do you think will be India's role in the contemporary geopolitical scenario? It is purely a dynamic nature question. You would have the basic world geography knowledge. At the same time, you should be India specific. So a lot of things are asked in this question. So how the question should look like? If I were any one of you, यदि आप में से मैं होता तो मैं इस तरह कुछ लिखता हूँ. Now I'll draw a diagram. Technology can change location, physical geography, anthropogeography. Technology has changed the location India is. It has changed physical geography like the Himalayas, the Eastern Ghats, the Western Ghats, the seas around the earth, the river systems, everything. The anthropogeography, anthropo means human beings. What kind of a people live in this part of a world called India? We are Proto-Australoids, we are Aryans, we are Indo-Aryans, we are Dravidians. We are a combination of it. And they're extremely talented. Either technology, like IT, we are linguistics. Every Indian can speak at least 2 languages. It could be for you, it could be Bangla, it could be English, it could be Hindi. For me, it is Punjabi, it can be Hindi, it can be English, it can be Telugu, and all that. It can speak very good Kannada as well. So kind of the things. We are anthropogeography. What kind of a people, what kind of a life do we live in? Location, physical geography, anthropogeography, with the help of technology, will make our culture strategic. Right? We have a strategic culture. Our culture has changed our strategies of living. Once upon a time, when I was a young boy, I never know a fruit called kiwi. I know what a strawberry looks like. I never know what a jumbo fruit or what you call dragon fruit is. I don't know what olive oil is. I don't know what a pizza is. I don't know what a burger is. But now my culture has changed. The way I dress up, the way I eat, the way I go, the way I watch movies has changed the structures. So all that change the conditions of our life. Then these are leading to national power. They are making it to security threat. They are national expansion or international cooperation. For example, we talk about technology. Technology, we have something called Facebook, where across India, across West Bengal, a nationalistic feeling has given. Then we said, boycott Lal Singh Chadda. Facebook में trolling हो गया, viral हो गया. What happened now? He has shown what a national power to this fellow called Amir Khan and Kareena Kapoor. Poor fellows. They did what they are supposed to do. They make a story, they act in it, forest gram लिया, Indian condition को change करके दिया, छोड़ दिया. Some disgruntled people can change this. अब देखो, हर घर तिरंगा शुरुआत हो गई. Everybody started hoisting flag on. Okay, it's good, it helps in the economy, but to be honest with you, Bedalo, personally, by just putting a flag, does patriotism come? No. So, what I'm trying to say is the national power. It can change. So, if I were you, I was supposed to write, I would think like this. What are the security threat we have? What is the national expansion all about? What is international cooperation? These are the outcomes. These are the intervening variables. These are the conditions for us. So this as a diagram I'll give you out of 15 marks for this question. For a 250 words, for 15 marks, I'll get 2 marks only for this diagram. अगर इसमें से 8 भी मार्क में इससे मिला लिया ना तो 10 से 11 कहीं नहीं गए मेरे. So I would start the essay like this. In the broader context, geopolitics is regarded as the political type of geo-adaptation of society. Now I am trying to tell you what exactly is Indian position. The geopolity is that is the political type of geo-adaptation of society. From this perspective, it is suggesting the following idealized types of geopolitical models be identified, namely natural geographical, socio-geographical, activity-related, and chrono-geopolitical, time-related. ये शुरुआत हो गई. Okay, that fellow understood what he mean to say. Now, geopolitics analyzes geographic influence on power relationship in international relations. For example, India, how it has a dealing with US, Russia, China, UK, Brazil, Australia. What is Quad all about? So what is BIMSTEC is all about? Okay, what is G7 all about? So we are playing a role. The word geopolitics was originally coined by Swedish political scientist Rudolf Klejen about the turn of 20th century. It is used to spread throughout the European period of World War I and II and came to worldwide usage during the latter. In the contemporary discourse, geopolitics has been widely employed as a loose synonym for international politics. Okay. The struggle over the control of geographical entities, otherwise called countries, with an international and global dimension, and use of geographical entities for political advantage. For example, China, BRI. I think how many of you attended my earlier lecture on this particular part? Did none of you attend my earlier session? Anyone remember? I made a lecture, I gave a lecture on this particular BRI and geopolitical theory. Where did I go? What happened to my thing?
Your slides are visible, sir.
Slides are visible,
Yes.
but I don't
Yes. Your webcam is
my
not.
video is gone. My video is gone. All right. Anyway, voice is there, doesn't matter. See, this is how I would plan my essay. That precisely I'll be training all of you, each of you rather, each of you, how to write Amrita Panditji Aiye Beta. Did you go and come back, or you have just come? Miss Amrita? Abhi aa rahe ho beta? Chale. So,
Yeah. No, sir, I have came in earlier network issue problem, so that's why.
all right, all right. Where are you from?
Sir, from Barakpur, Kolkata.
Okay, okay, Barakpur, Kolkata.
Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. Very good. I'm happy. Sanjay also came, right? So, if I were any one of you, मैं इस तरह आंसर लिखता हूँ बेटा. I would write the answer this way. So, this exactly is what we are trying to call as geography as an option. How to write geography and how to opt for geography. Why should one choose geography? Again, after all this, again I am reiterating. मैं बार बार यही बात दोहराते आ रहा हूं क्योंकि मैंने कहा इसलिए आप ज्योग्राफी मत लो. ज्योग्राफी स्कोरिंग है, हाँ है. आसानी है, मैं ये तो पुख्ता तौर पे ये नहीं कह सकता हूं कि भाई ज्योग्राफी आसानी है. क्या आप आसान कर सकते हैं? हाँ, बिल्कुल कर सकता हूं. At no point of time am I trying to tell you that geography is something very easy. You can, it is a cakewalk. No, I'm not trying to say that. But I can make it easier for you because we have a strategy behind it. But GEO IAS is a very institute. Whenever I speak to Mr. Prince or Chaturvedi and all these people, I find one thing common in me. We are all very passionate people. And we are very professional as well. The only way we want is your success. So for your success, Prakash and GEO IAS together, we want to make it easier for you. And I'll make sure that you enjoy the subject, you learn the subject, and it makes easier for you to score. So we'll call this particular batch, आपका जो batch होगा बेटा, उसका नाम होगा Target 350. Or we'll make it Target 350 plus. Is it possible? Very much possible. Provided we stick to certain discipline, a method of learning, everyday essay writing. The classes will start sooner, very soon. What you need to bring is a notebook, a pencil, an eraser, because I'll be drawing map. Like you saw it, India map and all that, I'll be drawing map on a blank screen. Or wherever possible, I'll try to bring the map. You have to draw the map in your book. No, you can't draw map initially. Never mind. You go to any stationery shop nearby your house, you get blank world map and blank, outline world map, outline Indian map. Initially, we start with basics of geography. Like we'll start with the climatology. Is very interesting and very easy to learn. Like different levels of climatology, like troposphere, tropopause, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, ionosphere, all that, up to magnetosphere. Then all this part will be it will be very interesting. Then we'll go to oceanography, then we go to geomorphology, then we'll go to geology. Earth, what is there inside the earth, where our minerals are located, what is mantle, what is the crust, what is the core, what are different discontinuities. Slowly. There is no urgency, there is no hurry for you to rush through it. If it is taking more than 10 hours more, never mind. We will do it. We'll take 10 more hours for you to complete it. And you'll be sent books from Hyderabad. I'll be giving you a book and you can learn it, practice it, and you can take the book from the library of GEO IAS, or you can take a photocopy of the relevant topics wherever, apart from which covers my class notes. And all the class notes will be shared with you, with the management, share the notes with you. You can refer to them. No, you can always come back to GEO IAS. They have all the notes recorded. You can take, re-attend, learn the subject and all. No, if that is not possible, and just a mail away. In fact, we'll create one email ID for our own batch called GEO, or we can create one Telegram channel for all of us. Whoever joined the course will have a Telegram channel. The admins will be, GEO IAS will be one admin, and I may be also an admin to control it. So I'll keep posting questions, I'll keep posting information related to it and all, then we can share and learn from it. That would be an ideal part. And apart from, we'll have an email ID where you have to submit your essay on a daily basis. Every day, whenever the lecture is conducted, you'll have one related essay. So you have to write the essay and submit it to the management, and again submit it to me online. We'll evaluate your answers so that you don't lose the touch with the subject. And yes, there will be a marking system. Each essay will be given awarded marks for 10 marks or 15 marks. 150 words, 10 marks, 250 words, 15 mark questions. And apart from this, we'll also have a map drawing sessions. Apart from all these, maybe once in a while, maybe once in 2 months or 3 months, I would come to Kolkata for 2 to 3 days. I'll stay with you all. Then you have to come to GEO IAS Kolkata office, sit there. We'll try to clarify all that, especially for cartography, that is map drawing. If it's not possible online, I'll take offline classes a couple of times. Not much of it, but we should be able to complete. I already completed many online sessions for geography. Last 2 years, we have been doing it quite successfully, smoothly is going on. Only there are network issues. I understand. Nothing much can be done about it, but yes, we can. Otherwise, me coming to Kolkata, you coming all the way, you can sit at your comfort at your own home zone and learn all the subjects whenever you want to. Because the classes are recorded, you can take advantage of it. बस यही कहना चाह रहा था मैं कि ज्योग्राफी, ये तो कतई नहीं कह रहा कि ज्योग्राफी भूगोल आसान है, पर आसान बना सकते हैं, हाँ जरूर कह सकते हैं। मार्क्स क्या मिलेंगे इसमें, मेरी वादा है, अगर आप मेरा साथ है और मेरी जिस तरह मैं बताऊंगा आप उसको काम तो करेंगे ही, तो आपको टारगेट 350 तो कहा हमने, 350 मार्क्स लाने के, नंबर लाने की प्रयास जो भी होगा वो हम जरूर करेंगे। हाँ, हालांकि भी 220 230 भी लाए ना तो बुरी बात तो नहीं होगा, बड़े चंगा होगी, आपके लिए अच्छा होगा कि आप भी अव्वल नंबर पे, आपके रैंक बिलो 100 मैं वादा कर सकता हूँ, प्रोवाइडेड यू प्रिपेयर फॉर अदर सब्जेक्ट्स ऑल्सो विथ इक्वल पैशन। जहां आपको अच्छा लगे वो पढ़ते रहिएगा। यूपीएससी इज नॉट डिफिकल्ट, इट इज डिफरेंट। काफी लोग कहते हैं कि डिफिकल्ट है, डिफिकल्ट नहीं है, डिफरेंट है। और आप चिंता बिल्कुल मत करिएगा क्योंकि आपके साथ मैं हूं। Prakash is this, GEO IAS is this, a very passionately professional and professionally passionate organization है। हमारा इंस्टीट्यूट है, हम आपको बहुत पैशनेटली, बहुत अच्छे से आपको सिखाएंगे और प्रैक्टिस करवाएंगे आपके साथ। रैंक तो जरूर आना ही है आपको, ये कोशिश तो मैं लगातार करते रहूंगा आपके साथ। Now we'll take the questions from you. We have 15 minutes to go. You can start asking questions. I'll be more than happy to help you with the questions. Yeah, you can start now.
Sir, I have a question.
1 minute, Bita. Let me have a little gulp of water.
Okay, sir.
क्या बेटा बूढ़ा हो रहा ना तो बोलते रहता हूँ 2 घंटे तो गला सूख जाता है. हाँ बेटा, मिस अयंतिका, गुड बेटा. वेलकम स्वाति, वेलकम बैक. अयंतिका or अवंतिका बेटा?
Sir, Ayantika.
Avantika is a why here. That's what is wondering. Well, I know Avantika. Avantika Sen. Tell
Okay,
me.
sir. Okay, sir. The last जो year का जो question paper है ना, वो solve करने के समय I have a question. I have a doubt on one question.
Yeah.
That is, there is a rejuvenation of environmentalism as a paradigm in geographical studies. We have to comment on it, and its marks distribution is 20. How can I write this answer, sir?
Yeah, very good question. But even I answered this question sometime back. One of the question, one of the student, her name is Shubhra Joshi, a Maharashtrian girl, asked me a similar question. Rejuvenation of environment. It says, how are human beings changed when the environmental awareness is concerned? Has education as a tool in educating the masses and the people that environment? For example, ban plastic. एक crusade की तरह चला. It has worked like a crusade. You have brought a momentum that we are trying to stop open defecation. We are doing OEDF, open defecation free society. We are stopping using plastics. We are recycling it. We are cutting down trees, and all the paper mills have asked for captive generation of plantation. We ask them stop cut. So we are going a paperless environment. We are recycling effluents. We are not leaving into it. Rejuvenation of Ganga as a project we are going on. So a lot of these things have helped environment to go back to 1980 levels of ozone level. By 2020, we have gone back to Akhta Sahu. Please come. By 2020, Ms. Avantika, try to write this down. We are at 1980 level of ozone layer. Ozone hole is being covered. What is the depletion? We are going the reverse way. So as a paradigm, you say the word, use the word paradigm only as a model. Can we actually, this question is sustainable environment question is that. He's asking, can we give back a better environment to our children? My children are you, but your children. That is my grandchildren. Can they breathe fresh air? Now, try to explain this, that the sustained campaigning for a better environment has brought about innumerable changes in the environment, like the amount of pollution has come down, the amount of river pollution has come down, the amount of pesticides and chemicals like urea and other things in NPK, and the nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium usage has come down. So we are slowly, gradually are going back to a better days by sustainable environment measures. We are also using a lot of power generation methods, like we can say solar power, wind power. Almost 1 gigawatt of solar power has been generated in India. So that possibly can be. तहसीन मंजर बेटा आप गए थे बाहर? I hope you understand, Ms. Avantika, the question answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That should be the way you can take the path.
Okay, sir.
Subrata Joshi, 3-4 days ago, she was asking the same question. Good, that reminds me, the uniformity of thinking across India. She is a girl from Maharashtra, somewhere near Nagpur or Pune, I don't remember. Is a Maharashtrian girl. Very good, beta. That's a very wonderful answer. That's a wonderful question, beta. I'm happy. And next, beta. Next question.
I have another question.
Please go ahead, beta.
Sir, last year का जो optional paper है ना, उधर में हम देखा एक तो क्वेश्चन आया जहाँ पे लिखा है क्या वेस्टर्न घाट का जो मेडिकल, वेस्टर्न घाट से जो हम लोग मेडिकल प्लांट्स पाते हैं, वहां पे वेस्टर्न इंडिया पे मेडिकल साइंस और सॉरी मेडिकल इंडस्ट्री क्यों इतना डेवलप्ड है?
It is not exactly for the medicinal herbs, though medicinal herbs are known for Himalayas and Kerala. Western Ghats, especially in Kerala, you should mention that Kerala, if you know the terms like Alpula Kottayam. Can you pronounce this?
Alpula Kottayam.
Alpula Kottayam area is a strong area for Siddha Vaidya of Kerala. Especially they get oil. Or Kerala is very famous for Kerala treatment of Ayurveda. Siddha treatment we call it. So this is the very reason why a lot of herbs are available in Western Ghat, otherwise called Sahyadri Parvatam. You write this word Sahyadri Parvatam, then you'll get one additional mark. But not, because many people think that Western Ghats, we should go towards Pune or Maharashtra. No, it's not that. It's exactly Kerala they're talking about. Pathanamthitta district actually. Next to Coimbatore, Palakkad and all, you have a lot of medicinal herbs. Similarly, like in Himachal Pradesh, you can also mention that like Himachal Pradesh, what is that man called? Patanjali, Ramdev Baba. Ramdev Baba, you would have seen the advertisement, he keeps on searching for herbs in Himalayas and all. Similarly, the same kind of herbs are available in Western Ghats. So, Ayurveda medicine, but don't go with the Indian pharmaceutical like Pune, Ahmedabad and all. That's a different, other chemical pharmaceuticals. We talk about Ayurvedic pharmaceuticals of this particular Kerala part of Western Ghats. That would have been the answer. You specifically asked, but it's confusing you. Next question. Anyone else? Sudipto, Washim Arafat, Amrita Pandit ji. Hello, sir. I came across various divisions of Indian Administrative Services. Oindila, she wrote, let me read it out a question. She says, I came across the various divisions of Indian Administrative Services. Being a newcomer, I don't have a vast view on this. So I want to ask about Indian Forest Service. All right. Of course it is. Of course, Indian Forest Service, but you should be a science graduate. You should be from mathematics, you should be from physics, chemistry, botany, zoology, fishery, oceanography. These kind of sciences are required. Commerce, arts, economics will not do for Indian Forest Service. You have same pattern examination, but it will be different films. Then you have Indian mains for Indian Forest Service. You'll start as a divisional forest officer of a forest division. Then you have to protect the forest environment, the kind of a duty it is. As Indian Forest is very much part of UPSC civil service examination. The exam pattern is mostly on environment, ecology, geography, and more of a botany, zoology part. They would ask you less questions on history. History they'll ask you. Well, historical perspective of Indian forest system, especially more in the forest area, forest cover area. The international convention says Ms. Oindala is 33% of forest cover, but international is 33%. UNDP, United Nations Development Project, says that 33%. But what world has 26.4% only. For India is pathetic. We have only 23% forest cover. So we should know historically why forest management was never given so much of importance. The social aspect of forest is that the guerrilla warfare that has been waged, the Maoists and all that. So kind of a perspective you have for it, is for the social background as well, is this. For example, you talk about the plantation movement taken up by Priyadarshi Ashoka, the emperor of Mughal part. How he planted so many plants so that the people can have more shade and more thing. But why we have gone for a deforestation? That is one question you need to answer it always. Deforestation for sustainable development. So here, how we are to go for a plantation, what are the schemes that are being taken up and all. You have all the questions, but they're more focused towards forest and the nature development part, Miss Oindila. Hope I could answer that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Come on, don't thank me. Don't thank me. I'm not doing anything different. I'm only your teacher right now. How about the next question? G? Nothing to ask? Yeah. Yunus Khan, please go ahead, beta.
Hello,
Ji, Yunus Khan. Yeah, beta. Pucho.
I have choose geography as my optional earlier,
Okay.
and I don't find it so difficult as compared to other subjects like economics and history. So, and I think also geography can be included in different GS papers like environment and economics and many other areas. So, as it contains a vast syllabus and a broad area, so can it be completed within the upcoming 2023
Yeah, why not? See, as I told you in the beginning, it is overlap with geography. In fact, you can learn geography by breaking the subject into various small parts. That will help you learn geography better. When is your optionals? I used to for September 19th.
Sorry, sir?
I used to for September 19th, 2022.
Sir.
अगला महीना जो हो रहा है एग्जाम, उसी पे बैठ रहे हैं आप? उसी के लिए तैयारी हो रही है?
Targeting 2023.
23, there's no problem. We have a lot of time to prepare for geography. I'll be there with you all through. So don't you worry about unnecessarily. We'll prepare a strategy for you. अभी चिंता करने कोई जरूरत नहीं बेटा, मैं आपके साथ हूँ. मैं एक strategy बना के दूंगा आपको. What to do on everyday basis. Once we start the session. Yeah, that should be it. Yeah. Next question, please. Welcome, Sampa Agarwal. Any other question, please? Yeah, Yunus Khan and Avantika Sen. Was Yunus Khan, beta? You raise your hand. Yeah, Avantika Sen, you raise your hand, beta, once again.
It was the earlier region.
Yeah. Can you speak louder, beta? I'm hard of hearing.
Hello, sir.
No, sir, I have earlier raised and this time I'm not.
I'm unable to follow you. Can you speak clearer once again? दोबारा बताइए क्या कहना चाह रहे हो? आप तो 2023 टारगेट कर रहे हैं ना यूनुस खान जी, तो फिलहाल आप चिंता करने की कोई आवश्यकता नहीं है, कोई जरूरत नहीं, अभी चिंता मत करिएगा, मैं हूं आपके साथ. I did not raise it. Okay, fine, never mind. Miss Yamatika, tell me, beta.
Sir, another question.
Yeah.
The vital statistics are necessary ingredients for development planning. How can I elaborate this?
Like?
Sir,
Vital statistics for what? Environment development. Vital statistics for?
vital statistics are necessary ingredients for development planning. Elaborate. It's for 15 marks.
Yeah.
How can I write this?
Yeah, we can. In fact, a very clever question is asked. Vital statistics for are necessary ingredients for development. Now, what are the development aspects? When you want to develop geographically, or you want to develop environmentally, or develop ecologically, how do we do this? First, what are the vital statistics? Vital statistics is the most important. For example, you want to talk about human development. I want to grow healthily. So my blood pressure should be under control, my sugar level should be controlled, my blood should be clean, my everything. Like the way we do it with the human body, similarly, I would need for the environment as well. Because environment is the base for any development. So what kind of a development is talking about? He hasn't specified anything there. He only said development. So I want to talk about economic development. In economic development, what is the most important part? I will not take economic data like GDP, economic growth and all. I would go with economic development, and I go with Human Development Index. What are the factors for Human Development Index? Number one, life expectancy. Second, I would go with per capita income, GMI per capita income on a basis of PPP, purchasing power parity. Third, I will go with knowledge. Fourth, I'll go with the development aspect of like gender empowerment measure, technology achievement index, then human development index, multi-development poverty index. Why this is so important? For example, you don't control poverty, people will tend to use more nature for their benefit. If I don't educate tribals, they'll cut down more trees for their benefit. If I don't use proper medication system, they depend on more spurious medication. So here where the development aspect should have the vital statistics. So the vital statistics of environment, growth or development should be environment, economy, ecological balance, and also geographical dependence. How much do I depend on geography? How much do I depend on land? How much do I depend on water? What is the most important? Ms. Avantika, you feel thirsty. What is more important for you?
Water.
Water. The only way you can quench your thirst is water. Are you sure the next glass of water you're going to drink is pure?
No, sir.
That's where the development aspect comes. Because if I don't have clean drinking water, my health will deteriorate. So I have to depend more on medication. For example, I have to take more antibiotics. So one glass of clean water is the statistics I require for a good society. If I don't have a population control, for example, a country like India is producing 41 children every minute.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That means
Yes.
close to 1 crore new children are being added to population in India.
Yes, sir.
So the more children, more clothing, more food. And you don't want me to believe, Ms. Avantika, that every child born, the land would grow by 10 meters? No.
Yes, sir.
Same land is used for food, more food production. So what am I supposed to do?
Malthus theory.
Yeah.
Malthus theory is coming here.
Yeah. So I'm using more land fertility to produce more food. So
Okay.
that deteriorates the soil quality.
Yes.
So these are the things that you want to think. Actually, the test is here. How quickly can you think to write the answer?
Okay, sir.
For that, you should have a good command on the subject, beta. Right? Only Ms. Avantika and Yunus asked me questions. Others I did not. That's fine. Thank you very much for all of you then. You be in touch with the GEO IAS. I'll be in touch with GEO IAS. Once we have a common agreement, I will start a batch for you for geography optionals online. Right? Once we start off, I'll tell you what is required. In the first day, I'll tell you what is required, like atlas, paper, map, book, everything. And no ruled paper. It should be a blank sheet. It will be a blank sheet you can draw. Don't take any rule to notebook. You have to write clear answer, UPSC answer sheets. I'll train you initially to how to write an answer. Then you can on your own to write. The first few sessions will be answer writing, model answer writing sessions. Okay, we'll take some topics and we'll complete it. Then we'll start. I'll give you the program and a timetable. The whole portion will be dividing it in the easiest possible way in a time-bound action plan. Initially, it will be 150 hours of program, extended by another 20 to 30 hours if needed. So 150 घंटे की एक प्रोग्राम है, चाहे तो उसे 180 तक बना ले सकते हैं, तब तक आप एक्सपर्ट हो जाएंगे. इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आपकी कोचिंग कंप्लीट हो गई, आपकी पोर्शन कंप्लीट हो गई, आप अभी आराम कर सकते हैं, नहीं, तब से आपकी काम शुरू होगी. बट आई विल स्टिल बी वॉचिंग यू even after completion of 150 hours or 160 hours of the program. You will not get rid of GEO IAS or Prakash for that matter. I'll be always haunting you with giving questions to you on a daily basis. We'll create one Telegram channel. In the Telegram channel, you will have questions every day. Till the examination day, we will be with you. Am I clear? So I'm not going to leave you like that. I'm going to see that you write every answer, and every answer is evaluated duly with remarks, points, marks, everything. All right. So thank you, sir. Are you there online?
Sir, I have a question. I have posted
Yeah,
it.
Vashim, bolo.
Yes, sir. I have posted it in message, so I'll get it.
Let me see.
Okay.
Should our resource be limited for preparing optional also? Why I'm asking is, normally UPSC will have a depth of bachelor of master levels. There is nothing like that. It is a misconception you have. Washim Arafat, ये गलत फहमी आपकी है. कोई मास्टर्स, कोई बैचलर लेवल, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. कभी कभी ऐसे सवाल आते हैं जो मास्टर्स वाले भी सॉल्व नहीं कर सकते. I'm telling you, one girl took mathematics as optional. Because I'm also an economics master, I told her not to take mathematics option because she said I'm a MSc mathematics gold medal, something like this, some medalist and all. Despite my warning, she took mathematics optional, but she could not solve some questions. She had to draw blank. The UPSC way of questioning is difficult and different. So I can't tell as a rule of thumb. ये थोड़ी ना कह सकता हूँ कि भाई आप मास्टर्स बनाओगे, मास्टर्स पास हो गए तो इसका मतलब ये कि आप यूपीएससी लिखेंगे. नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. यूपीएससी के लिए अलग एक स्ट्रैटेजी होना जरूरी है, एंड इनके लिए वी नीड टू प्रिपेयर द वे यूपीएससी वांट्स यू टू डू इट. सो आई डोंट बाय दैट आर्गुमेंट दैट यू शुड बी बैचलर और मास्टर्स. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. हम जहां तक जितनी गहराई तक सब्जेक्ट को ले जा सकते उतनी गहराई तक ले जाएंगे, और आपके हाथ तब तक नहीं छोड़ेंगे तब तक आप एग्जाम पास करके बाहर नहीं निकलते. तो मैं ये नहीं कहूंगा कि आप मास्टर्स करें या बैचलर्स करें. आई वोंट परचेज दैट. आई नेवर बॉट दैट आइडिया ऑफ योर मास्टर्स और योर समथिंग एल्स. Even sometimes PhD students can't answer some questions. I'll tell you one student who took Hindi literature. He was actually doctorate in Ram Singh Dinkar Nirala, his poetry. He did a research in it. That year, none of the questions of Nirala came. All were focused on Maitri Sharan Gupta, Subhadra Kumari Chauhan, blah, blah, blah kind of a thing. So we can't say that because you're a PhD aspirant, you will get it. We can't say that. But anyway, since you mentioned it, I can only assure all of you that we will work so deep, so much into subject that will not leave even a single talk. That's why I told you, before the program starts, you will get the in-depth program. If you can wait for a minute, I'll show you. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. Now, See, for example, you can see geomorphology on the screen. So what would be like this? See the way I look at it. Factors controlling landform development, endogenetic, exogenetic forces, origin, evolution of the Earth's crust, fundamentals of geomagnetism, physical conditions of Earth's interior, geosynclines, continental drift, isostasy, plate tectonic, tsunamis, denudation chronology, each topic. ठीक है, ये सारे एक एक करके सीख लेते हैं हम लोग और इसकी परिभाषा साथ में, और आपको इस तरह डायग्राम्स होंगे. What is erosion, early stage? What is geosyncline? Then erosion, middle level. The shelf come, slope come, abyssal. This is ocean. Then look at a late stage of erosion. This is gone. Wherever you find these mountain structures are slowly eroding, it will become a plain. Then the day would come, sea would come onto earth, thanks to global warming. Okay, so this would be the way we discuss your paper. Precisely, I'll be doing this. Each topic divided into smaller parts. जिस तरह हम लोग रोटी खाते हैं तो रोटी थोड़ी ना एक साथ खा लेते बेटा, उसको टुकड़े टुकड़े करके खा लेते. इसीलिए हम भी सब्जेक्ट को थोड़ा थोड़ा छोटा छोटा बना के आपको सिखाने की कोशिश हम करते हैं. Don't you worry about that. We'll take it easy, right, sir? So are you there, sir? Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable lecture. Definitely, the students have learned many things from you, from your experience on the field also, and for your experience on UPSC examination also.
Yeah.
So you have the both of the blend of the things. Like you were in the services and you have cleared the examination also.
Yes.
That's the wonderful part which we can have. The announcement is there for all the students that geography optional class is going to start, and he will be taken by a most efficient person which we can have in our surrounding, that is Mr. Prakash Rao, sir. Sir, he will be guiding you not only for the geography optionals. While taking the geography optionals, he will be guiding you even smaller minor things which can help for your preparation. Like hard work is your part, but giving direction is our part, and we'll definitely do our job, and the condition is that you'll have to do your job at your home. That's what the expectation we are having, and sir is there with us to motivate, keep you motivating all the time, and we are also there with you. The main thing, we want you to be successful, and that's the main aim. We are here, and so thank you so much, sir. Rao sir, that was wonderful lecture. We'll see you very soon here in GEO IAS.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So all children, take care of yourselves.
Happy Independence Day, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Wish you all a happy 75th Independence Day. Wish you all very best. The day our session starts, I will not let you take leisure. आराम हराम है, मैं भी मानता हूँ. मैं किसी को आराम करने नहीं दूंगा. काम तो करना ही पड़ेगा. हर दिन क्लास को प्रिपेयर करके आना ही है. तैयार है बेटा आप लोग? मैं भी तैयार हूँ. तो बड़ी जल्द मिलेंगे हम लोग. We'll keep meeting once again. To all of you, best wishes. Thank you very much, Prince sir, for being the opportunity for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.